Hello, my name is Aaron Grubbs. This is my invasive plant presentation on Tribulus terrestris, or puncture vine. Tribulus terrestris has many common names, including puncture vine, and in our region, goat head and bullhead are pretty popular. Devil's thorn, Mexican sandbur, puncture weed, caltrop, burnut, bindy, cathead, yellow vine, gakshura, and gokaru, as well as three-corner jack and tackweed. Tribulus terrestris is in the family Zygophalaceae, which is the caltrop or creosote family. It is a trailing annual herb which thrives in various soil types, particularly sandy or arid soils. Here's a picture which details the leaves and flower. Here's a nice illustration which details the flower, fruit, and individual burrs. So Tribulus terrestris is an annual, herbaceous, broad-leaved, warm-season forb. A typical plant can produce between 200 and 5,000 seeds. Some estimate a single plant can produce over 1 million seeds. And seeds can be dormant for 3 to 7 years. This is a native range map for Tribulus terrestris. And this is an invasive range map, which clearly it's pretty widespread. This is an invasive range map in the United States, where you can clearly see it's a pretty big problem, particularly in the western side of the country. These are some traditional uses and medicinal properties of Tribulus terrestris. I'm not going to go into detail about each of these, but feel free to look this over if you're interested. Here are some images of Tribulus terrestris, which show its kind of matting growth habit. So the potential impacts of Tribulus terrestris. It is invasive throughout most of the Southwest and Arizona. It creates a dense, sprawling mat that can extend up to 10 feet from the central taproot that excludes other plant species. It is allelopathic, meaning it releases chemicals that can inhibit the growth of other plants. It has spiny burrs that can puncture tires, the feet of humans and animals, and it can be toxic to grazing and foraging animals, including livestock such as sheep. Of course, an important point to remember for control are that the burrs develop following flowering. So we are going to go through integrated weed management for Tribulus terrestris. It is recommended to remove plants prior to seeding. It can be managed through a combination of mechanical, cultural, and chemical control methods. Hand pulling or hoeing is effective when plants are young and before they produce seeds. Mulching can also suppress growth. Establishment of selected aggressive grasses can be an effective cultural control of puncture vine. And there are many herbicides and pre-emergents that can be recommended as well. Always check local and federal regulations and follow the label. And for ecologically based invasive plant management of Tribulus terrestris, aim to minimize seeds and opportunities for Tribulus terrestris while maximizing seeds and opportunities for desirable native plants. Revegetation with native grasses and competitive wildflowers, especially warm season ground cover plants, can successfully deter Tribulus terrestris. Removing Tribulus terrestris plants before seed production is key to long-term management. There are some successful biocontrol options for Tribulus terrestris, including the puncture vine seed weevil and the puncture vine stem weevil. They are most effective when used together, and biocontrol may not be effective in all areas. So burr rollers for Tribulus terrestris. I haven't tried these, but some pros might be that they're effective for flat areas, convenient, can help minimize seeds in soil. Some cons are they're expensive, ineffective on rocky or bumpy areas, and it doesn't uproot the individual plants. Here's my works cited list and my image sources. Thank you for listening.